Check it. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's up, everyone?
Let us know if you could hear us, because we're having
issues galore.
Sound
issues galore. So just let me know if you can hear us, and if you can hear us, we will just go right into it and be like, "Hey, what's up, everyone?" All right. Nothing. Maybe they can hear us. Can
hear.
Okay, excellent.
Everything's good. Okay.
What's up, Fearless family? How y'all doing tonight? Nothing's working, so I just
So
now
weird,
it's starting to
so
pop
strange,
up.
so strange.
I couldn't get sound to work or nothing, and
he had to restart everything.
So I said, screw it. But thank you for hanging in there. 8 minutes. Well, I don't like to be that kind of late. 4 minutes, 2 minutes. It's rough sometimes. My name is Frank Castle, founding member of the music group Heist Click and New York City Neo Shaman, and I am joined with my etherical translator and co-host Paula Milo.
What?
Shout outs to the Fearless family.
Oh, and my Ellen. I love her. She just left. She came to see us. They did a run to check on the parents, and she said on our way home, can we come and see you for a little bit? And I said absolutely, and I didn't want to let her go because we haven't seen. They're right there, baby, right in front of you.
Oh.
So I'm sad she's gone. I really am. But I loved seeing her. It was wonderful. I didn't get enough. I didn't get enough of her. And
it was great energy.
It was. I love her. I really do. It's I love her.
The family that we make from the people we meet to the experiences we have through ayahuasca.
Oh yeah, she's dying to meet Aaron.
And shout outs to Space Jesus, expanded understanding. Shout outs to Zach. So we're meeting our family. This is what we were just talking about before she left, and she's so happy and excited to be part of that energy. And as she's discussing things, you can see that she's unlocking all the variables.
Oh yeah,
she's like right in the pocket with everything. And she's like, this is the greatest ever. And then I'll bring it to Aaron. It reminds me what Aaron said. This is how you're supposed to party as an adult.
Right.
Like this is how conscious people party on a Friday night. And I'm like, it's Wednesday. He goes, it's every day is Friday. I was
every
like,
day is Wednesday. Carvel.
This isn't about Carvel. It's about us. No, I'm just
whatever.
All right. So anyway, so connecting like that, the energies become desirable on that level because you're around a bunch of woke people.
Yeah.
Right. So like you can't have that conversation
with someone who doesn't get it.
Oh, you could have a room full of people and you're trying to explain something and they don't get it. And the one person that maybe is, had tried the plant medicine or something, they're like, I understand.
Ellen made a very good point. She was discussing with us. She listened to 2 people have Aya experiences that she never met before. She just listened to their stories and she could relate to both of them on a very deep level. Because when you've had the experience, it's like you're part of this inner family and there's just a knowing, right? Like someone else who has experienced Aya, you can start explaining something and you don't even have to continue it because they just know what you're talking about. And, she's connecting all these dots and, she's hitting all these checkpoints and it's wonderful because it's still happening to me. I mean, an experience that I had 5 years ago when Frank and I just met a couple of months ago, I just put a piece of that together, because I guess I wasn't ready to understand it before. So, it's constantly working on so many levels, and that's why I think these groups are important, that people have somewhere to go, a safe place to talk about.
We developed it. It's here.
Their experiences.
It's upon us. The ability to sit and talk.
Yeah.
And just go.
And not be judged and not have trolls around, and look to, argue every point. Everyone's experience is different.
Yeah, we're way beyond that kind of stage of things.
Yeah, like it is. It is. Like, you choose to believe it or not. Like, I'll tell you what happened. You choose to believe it. I don't care if you believe it. I don't care if you don't believe it. I hope you get something out of it. If not, be entertained by what we're talking about, but either way,
Space Jesus.
the story is a story,
Mhm.
and I'm not going to change it because people are afraid, because there's so much disclosure going on. Like, people are talking about the SpaceX and, I mean, so much
Space Force.
Space Force, so much is happening right in front of us, and the media is not reporting on it. And, we're just taking it all in. No one's there to argue it or anything. There's just information being given, released more and more every day,
Yes.
and everyone's okay with it.
Well, I'll tell you something on the really cool tip. What we've been doing with the safe sacred space that we've developed over time, and then what everybody else has been doing, and then other shows have been doing, everybody's doing their thing. We're creating the grid, and it's
Right.
locking back to people like Aaron
Right.
at the Morgans, and then it's jumping to I don't know, Alexa, right? And then it's jumping back to Peter, and then it's jumping back to me, and everyone within that grid of the digital network through the Wi-Fi or whatever, you're getting hit with that energy because we're shooting it through the grids directly at each other.
Right.
We're consciously aware that we're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's all the other stuff that's not happening. So we're blasting through and creating. So that energy, right? So me shooting it to you allows the person who walks into the conversation can have the safe space conversation, right? No problem. It's just me, you, and this person, right? Now, if that person fills the triangle and we bring another person in, it just, right? And now they're going home.
Right.
And that energy that's connected between me and you and them allows people, whoever's in line with that energy, as it's coming through the network.
Because it's building up momentum.
Yeah, it allows those people to just go, like kids will be tripping in the backyard in a tent going, and then they'll go, what's the meaning of life? It just allows the thought to enter where it wouldn't have been able to enter, because now we're on that grid line and we're just, there we go. How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah? Yeah?
You
sure?
Yeah. Frank only has to sleep at his mom's twice a week now. And so I get him the rest of the time. And I'm just trying to enjoy him when I have him.
Shout outs to the Morgans.
You want to talk about the yard work?
No.
Okay.
Didn't we do that last show?
Yeah, but you're almost at the
precipice of the ending.
Yeah.
The ending is just a new beginning. We found someone to come in and clean up the backyard,
to haul it all
to
away.
haul everything away, because the everything else cut, ready to go. We took the yard that had rats and this and that, mice and all kinds of raccoons and stuff, and delivered some justice to it. And then when justice was delivered, we decided to deliver a little more justice to it. Now there's this 20 by 20 pile, and there's all kinds of stuff in there, so I can't compost it and do stuff. This is the Bronx. We can't do.
Right. So
it's not ours.
They're gonna cart it away,
so
and
they're
then
gonna take it away on Monday, and then we get to
really get in there,
soak down the yard. See, we're not going to use insect spray and all that kind of stuff. We're going to use soap and just peppermint oil, and but we're going to transform this place into something that will allow us as people to be in our yards right next to that yard, and that yard not producing the negative frequency. Right?
Yeah, and mom is happy too.
Yeah, well, it helps everyone. Well, could you imagine having a backyard, not being able to go in it because of your neighbor?
No, I'm lucky we get to sit out where we get to sit out.
Are you talking to your cup?
Oh, am I? Am I?
So a lot of work has been going into that, and this process that has got me to this point has it's gotten very personal for me. I'm spending most of my day in meditation, or just some kind of weird modality where I'm getting stuff done, or interested in creating something more, improving on what was there.
It's speeding up.
So the story is always interesting and fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's points of it where I have to go through it before I could talk about it, right? Like I promised everyone from day one, I will always tell you the story because that's what this is about. It's not me telling you what to do. I'm not trying to sell you nothing. I'm not trying to,
Right.
it's definitely this. I'm just saying, look, you're the all,
Right.
right? And it all exists.
Try it.
And this is our story.
Open your mind.
And that's it. You could confront me on it. You can say whatever you want.
Right.
Man, I don't control the fucking story.
We have too many people that can verify.
Yeah, like you
online
want
who can
verification. You
verify
talk
the
to some of the
stories.
people in the chat room, right? So we're still going strong doing our thing. But then this thing happens where no matter what I say, because I'm not here to hear myself talk.
No.
So I am the character that I am, and I will change and become more. But there are points where I'm like everyone else. I'm like, listen, I need to shut out everything.
Right.
My online presence has been nil.
Mm-hmm.
It's like next to nothing because I start looking at something and I throw the phone down and I start just doing other things because I don't want it no more.
I've been trying to stay away too, really. And it's hard because then you feel bad because then you miss someone's birthday and you don't get to say happy birthday or happy anniversary and you feel bad. And it's like, look, sometimes I just need to take a step back. I try when I can, but yeah, you got to stay away from it. We were talking before. I don't even sleep with the phone in the same room. I mean, I'm trying to get out of that habit. The phone is not even in the same room with me when I'm sleeping.
That's actually a good habit.
I mean,
I have to keep it there for most of the time just so I'll hear it.
No, you do, but that was hard to break, Now if the phone never rang, I'd be so happy. I don't even, I really wish I didn't even have to use it. That's just how I feel. I just like being in the moment and you want me to live on this earth. You want me to have this human experience, this spiritual person you shoved in this human body, and you want me to have this experience. And then I'm going to try, if that's the case, then I'm going to live in the moment as best I can, as often as I can, until I figure out what I'm supposed to be doing next, because no one is telling me anything. So I have to make the best of it. And I am going to live in the moment and do the things that make me happy.
Well, so everyone's looking for the answer in the story, right? Is it aliens? Is it space Jesus? Is it this or is it that? And it's really not any of those things. It's none of the above, right? Like you want aliens and you want all the crazy stuff. You got to go for that. It's all there. But it's really about living a good life. And people don't want to hear that stuff. They're like, when did this become self-help 101? It's like, listen, you need to do it. I don't have to do none of that stuff.
She gets it. She gets it. She understands.
Oh, no, for sure. Whoever understands. I don't even know what you're talking about. But in life in general, right? And I just, when it becomes personal as it's becoming, I only want to be around those that are important to me, period. Mm-hmm. No outsiders.
Yeah.
And any way I can help, I will try to help. But I also need to be around people like myself and then no one. Or Paula doesn't really count because she'll go to sleep and I'm out here with the cats. So I'm getting plenty of personal time. But I sit in that personal time and I'm upgrading in these weird ways now. It's moving so fast.
It's funny that you should say that because that's happening to me too. And I think it's happening to us. I think personally, it's happening to us a lot quicker because we're not home as much together anymore. Remember how everything was really, really good. And then we had to break because we had to start splitting time at your mom's.
Yes.
And it was hard in the beginning because Frank and I, for 5 years, I mean, I've only been away twice where I was gone from him for a week each time. Maybe there was another time in there, but basically every day for 5 years we've been together. And
and the relationship isn't fluffy marshmallows and all kinds of stuff.
No. I mean, it takes work. I mean, we argue all the time. But it was hard to be apart in the beginning. And then we kind of fell into this routine. And as long as we keep a routine and we don't let everything else come in between the routine, like we maintain that routine in the background, I think we're okay. like he's gonna.
You can't go backwards.
No.
Right.
No,
So
now we have to, like, we're learning how to live like everybody else. Like we had company today for the first time in months. We've seen people today for the first time in months, and it was only a short period of time, but it was enough to recharge me, to re-energize me, and now I can continue on this path a little bit longer. I mean, it's difficult. It's not easy. This whole quarantine thing is just so strange in itself. And, this whole, just comply with what we say and wear your face mask. And we don't care if it's working or it's not working. We just really need you to comply. And, you need to be 6 feet apart because you have to comply. And, I really don't want to, be a part of it. I really don't. I mean, I do what I have to. I wear my mask. I try to comply the best I can, but come on. I mean, like this, I don't want this to be my new normal. I don't. It's very draining. Like I was so excited to see Ellen today and Nick, and now they're gone, and it hurts my heart that they're gone. And I feel a little sad, but I'm happy I got to see them. Like I don't want to take away from the moment that we had. Like it was fun when they were here. It was very happy to see. I was very happy to see them, but like now I'm sad that they're gone, and I know it's going to be a while before I get to see anyone again. I mean, I just want to get my hair cut. I want to go to a bakery. And I can't do that. I want to see my friend Nancy that I see once a month for dinner. And I want to go to dinner, and I want to talk about stupid things, and I'm just tired, and it's okay to feel that way. My sister, I, I don't know how she's doing it. She's got working at home, and, my nephew, her son has to, he has to be logged on from 9 to 2 every day. His teacher calls twice a day. She's got, school to do with him. And then she, she does her work in between, and then she does her work at night. And I honestly don't know how she's doing it. And compared to that, my life is so simple. So, I cook a few dinners, and I have to go to mom's a couple of days a week. I mean, I have nothing to complain about. Like I feel so appreciative. I was telling Frank that this morning. We were outside, and we were sitting outside. It was a beautiful day today. And I said, I am just so appreciative that this is the life I get to live. And other people would look at my situation and go, she's crazy. She's appreciative. She's nothing, but I have everything. And we were going through what we were appreciative for, and it was just a beautiful thing. Like we had a beautiful afternoon, and then it ended with seeing Ellen and Nick, and it was beautiful. And now we're doing the show, and this is so much fun because this is what we love to do. And then after, we'll talk about the show and we'll hang out, and that's always great. And then what? It's tomorrow. And I got a little break from this craziness that's going on. And I tried to get through without a panic attack or, hyperventilating or whatever,
What are you panicky for? There's literally nothing to be scared of or nothing wrong.
It's just hard. Like I want to go somewhere, and I want to do something, with other people. And it's just, I can't even really, like, I can't do anything. And I don't like my, what it is? I don't like my choices taken away. I choose most of the time to do nothing, but don't take that choice away from me. That has to be a choice that I make. And, I always joked that I could definitely do a house arrest without a problem. And now I'm not so sure about that because I don't like my options taken away.
Yeah, go sit in a jail cell and then have that same question asked.
I can't.
You'll change your answer. You'll know house arrest is fine. Trust me on that answer.
Oh, no. I'm sure I could do it. I'm sure. I mean, it's been months now. I mean, it's like 2 months.
You're doing great.
And we're doing okay. And I lost 4 pounds. Frank too. We each lost 4 pounds, I think. 4 or almost 5 pounds. So, And I was worried because I said, "Oh, this lockdown." I said, "We're gonna gain weight."
I'm a steady 194. That's
Yeah,
odd.
yeah.
That's really
And I
weird.
lost 4 pounds on the scale. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it. And no one's trying except Frank is doing. We're both doing squats, but obviously Frank is seeing more results a lot quicker. His butt is so tight that if it got any tighter, it's going to be around his waist. And I'm doing this morning, I did 150 squats, and I'm like, yeah, it's not happening as quickly, not happening nearly as quickly. And we just won't talk about it anymore.
I think the panic attacks come from, and the weirdness comes from the upgrades, from the new energies, and your
Maybe,
body actually literally shedding.
maybe.
Because I'll sit here and you see me shake sometimes, and it'll last a day now, and it's not like it's like it makes it almost impossible to roll a joint or anything of that ilk. And then just like that, it goes.
It goes away.
It goes
Yeah.
away, like 100% goes away.
Well, I have to tell you, since I got that foot detox machine, so I've been doing this spa foot detox. You put your foot in this in a foot bath, and you use an ionizer, and you do this foot detox, and it reduces it relieves all of these pulls all the toxins out of your body through the pores in your feet. So it usually takes 14 detoxes would be like the first cycle, and it's like a detox every other day. And I did 16 treatments in 4 days because I wanted to speed up the process, and I think I mummified my system. So but I felt wonderful. I mean, I went through pain because I detoxed a lot of inflammation debris, and I pounded water, but I didn't drink as much water as I should have. So now this is kind of leveling off now these couple of days. So then I took a 3 days off, and then I did 1 30-minute foot detox, and then I did one this morning. So I did one a couple of days ago, and then I did one this morning, and then I'll wait 2 days and I'll do it again. And it really has helped. I think that's why I lost 4 pounds, because I think it was inflammation debris, because I feel much better. And the creams and the oils and I've been using all of that. I've been off of the anti-inflammatory. I think it's like 6 or 7 weeks now. That was difficult. That hurt. Like that, the first 4 weeks, like week 4 and week 5 hurt. But during that time, I was doing the detox also. So I was feeling terrible from the detox, terrible and wonderful at the same time. But now each day I feel better. So the detox I've added to my routine. And I'm slowly just adding all of these things into this routine. And it really has been beneficial,
Science
But yeah,
in your body.
it's the upgrades too in between. And it's like, hey, like, is this a detox? Is this an upgrade? Is this me just being shocked about what's happening in the universe right now? Like, what is happening to me? Like a million things are happening to me, and I don't know where anything's coming from.
I've never been as busy as I've been.
Yeah, busy. It's like everything is a very fast pace for us right now. Like
it makes it
every day
to
it's
slow
something.
down, and then naturally sleep cycles get thrown off, things
Yeah.
change, and now you're like, I'm not going to do that today, even though I've been up for 12 hours already, and I'm a walking zombie. And then 3 o'clock in the morning, when you think, okay, I'm definitely going to get some sleep tonight, you don't, and you go through, and then you sleep in clips, right? But there's other things going on, like so the comet's coming through that they talked about.
Yes.
I don't know names or whatever, but the tail is carrying energy.
What is 17 miles long, the tail?
It's like 1,000,000 miles long.
Oh, 1,000,000 miles. Okay.
No, millions of miles long. Okay. So it's a those that would deceive you would say it's dragging along debris and everything, and it's going to kill us all. Night of the comet. But it's really bringing in the new energies on the clock face. Right. So as it passes, right, the energy around it and the tail, all that stuff is permeating through everything that it goes by. Right. And then it gives you that upgrade, that new energy, this, that, or the other thing. I explained in the very beginning, if stuff starts hitting you, no, it's thrown at you, right? It's being thrown at you. You're in a no strike zone. If you're getting hit with something, it's because they grabbed it and threw it, and they showed me how they do that. And it's pretty simple for them, not for us yet. Although who knows where we're at? If anyone saw them unveil the flag yesterday for Space Force, right? So
that was wild.
They're telling you UFOs are real now.
Yes.
And it's like no one gives a shit.
Well,
and
that's what I was talking about before.
Space Force had a whole thing.
It's like they're just closing all of these things.
Exactly. That blonde secretary, the lawyer that answers questions for Trump, slammed this dude nicely, right? And then I usually don't post that stuff, and I was like, yo, this is a good one. It's only 3 minutes of her just telling truth. And then it's like, great comment. Then someone's like, that bitch needs to get slapped in her mouth. And I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
She just stuck up for the American people and everyone that was part of it. And you're just like, man. So you see the lines getting drawn. You see who's with who and what's with what. I've never snoozed so many people for 30 days in my life.
Right.
I just went through, if you're
right.
It got to the point where I had to just walk away from Facebook instead of, because I wind up snoozing half the people.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
People were like acting crazy, suicidal, nutty. I'm like, I can't help bring everyone's temperament down.
Yeah.
That's why we taught meditation. So
no,
Shaman
I agree.
Jimmy, he said something that'll never leave my mind. Right. I loved Jimmy.
Right.
I still do, but whatever. He said, we have enough information to ascend 10 times with what we've already accomplished.
Right.
10 times over. You don't need more right now. You need to do it. You need to find your spot in it and expand in that. Do what you got to do in that area and then move into the next one.
And then move on.
Right? So if you're doing mantras with Egypt, do them until you, like I did all the Egyptian mantras, and then you start doing Hindu ones.
Well,
or try praying in your way by sending my version of prayers. It's now sending positive vibes. If you remember me from the first episodes, I would never talk about prayer because I'm like, nah, if you say prayer, they attribute prayer to the newer people, not the older people, not like people we know, but the people that are listening for the first time or something. They hear prayer and they're like, oh, here comes it. He's going to talk about Jesus. He's going to tell us how Jesus is in your heart. And the answer to that is no, we're not.
No.
That's not how you do it.
That was the hardest part for me with Aya, was the Jesus part. I believe Jesus was who he was in history. With that being said, I think that what Jesus was trying to teach and what Christianity did are two different things. I mean,
that's exactly
basically
when he was here, he said that,
completely changing all of the writings.
He was like, don't listen to anything they wrote about me except you can do everything I can do and more.
And Dolores Cannon even breaks that down. She wrote about it because she was hypnotizing this woman who used to channel Jesus, and Jesus actually killed someone by accident when he was a boy, and he brought him back to life.
He also went and studied the Hindu religions and with the meditations and the mantras and the whatever else they were doing.
But he was a real person.
Yeah, for sure.
What I'm saying. So, like, we're real people. Like, I forget where was I going with this? I don't remember. Anyway,
it was the hardest thing for you to break away from. It was the hardest thing for me to
break away. So now, I can't explain this in a way that anyone would understand this if they didn't drink Aya.
Try it, because there's people that could hit that note and still just be meditating or farting around in their car or something.
When you drink Aya. Now, I don't know if this happens to everybody, but when I drank Aya, I was very specific about things that I wanted to correct in myself. I didn't want to make bad choices anymore. I wanted to. Now Frank knows I have a faith that is unshakable. I could match my faith to anyone. It's unshakable. And it's something that I know and something that has been proven time and time again. So,
and faith that has nothing to do with religion when she says this.
No. So when I drank Aya, for me personally, I was shown that none of it is real. The religion, it's not real. It's a system of control. It's a system of belief. It's basically for a group of people to have something to hang on to hold on to fear or to believe or to follow or to love, but to have something for a group of people to hang on to. That religion is not what you were told it was. Now,
they took it and molded it and made it something
they
different.
changed it, yes. And I always had a big problem with the Catholic Church, with the way the Catholic Church, I mean,
Yeah, they're sitting on gold that they
Right.
stole, and they're screaming, "You
yes,
pay to help these
yes,
people."
and the Catholic Church, yes, like the Vatican, they have so much artwork that belonged to survivors of Auschwitz. Like, oh, thank you, that was very sweet. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Really, really. Now sending you
Thank you.
positive
Yeah,
vibes.
sending
I love
you
you
love.
so
Thank
much.
you. You know,
That's so nice of you.
artwork that belonged to Auschwitz survivors. Like, why would you do that? But they were. They have so much. Anyway, this was the hardest part for me to let go. I mean, I felt guilty. I still observed Lent. A full year after, I still observed Lent, and I was like, while I was doing it, I was like, this is all bullshit, but you're gonna do it anyway. And I did. I did it. And I said to Frank after it was over, I was like, that's it. This is ridiculous now. And there's no one to judge me on it. No one to say, oh my God, you're not a Catholic anymore. And it's like, why? Why do you ask? Why do you care? Yeah, why does it matter? Why do you care? And it's just funny to me because I think that that's an Aya thing. And I'd be very interested to know what people thought, if they thought that was an Aya thing, because I think it is. Now, I could be wrong, but I think it's an Aya thing. Like, it's just something It's not even something she shows you. It's just something you inherently know. Like, there are a lot of things.
And then
Gnosis
is there.
It's like a lot of things happen. It's like
information.
A gnosis, yes. Like your part of it is your. I can't.
Maybe you remember
it
from all the wisdom you have from your experience in past life,
or unblocked. And
it's not always about the Aya, though.
Yeah,
Willow.
you just know things. Like you know things after. And yeah,
you could still hit all these notes.
You can. And it's just something that you need to experience. And it's not for everybody, but if you do experience, I'm sure you'll kind of understand what I'm saying. Like, you just know things after, and you inherently know them, and it's like maybe you have always known them, but now you know them for real.
Well, that's
or now
human
that
suit.
Exactly. There's no stimulus around it. You don't feel any way.
This, ladies and gentlemen, Fearless family, is prime example of being the programmer and reprogramming the programming over your avatar. She's showing you by literally breaking it down without realizing. She's like, we do this to each other all the time. We're rewriting.
Yes.
The way the brain works. Yes. And the neural pathways through everything.
Yes.
So we can do it. You want the DNA to wake up and it to listen to you? I'm talking to my shit. It's not listening to me.
It's
weird. You got to break the fucking programming.
Yeah, you have to shake all that off. Yes.
You got to take the carpet out, hang it on the thing, and bring out the baseball bat and beat the shit out of this thing until it's brand new. Then you got to suck all that stuff out. Then you got to foam it and wash it. And you got to do the whole thing.
Look.
You can't do part of it. You got to do the whole thing.
The first night.
You can't go back.
Frank and I met. I said to Frank, we were talking about this kind of stuff. And he said, I could talk to you about this kind of stuff. And I said,
Peter,
absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much.
Sending you positive vibes.
That's very
so
sweet.
Much
thank
love.
you. And I said, yes, of course you can talk to me about this stuff. And I said, you have to remember one thing. And I always believed this. And I don't know why. And I don't know from where, because my family was not like this at all. But I always knew. If you believe one thing is true, you have to accept and believe it all. You cannot believe in the Fraggles and you cannot believe in Bigfoot, but not believe in the Swamp Thing.
And
you
not
can't.
believe in Smurfs.
And Smurfs.
Like, you're giving no credibility to the all.
You have to take it all.
Why is creation limited to you?
Yes. You cannot put restrictions on it the way you're not supposed to put restrictions on love, and you're not supposed to put restrictions on anything. You have to believe it all. Once you allow your mind to expand that little bit and you say, I have to believe it all, you allow other ideas to come in about what you choose to believe. Okay. We are not our story. We are not who people think we were 20 years ago. We are not what others perceive. We are who we are. We're not our story.
You play reflection. This is what happens. They look at the other creator, and we're used to wearing masks and being archetypes and all this bullshit. So that's done as the chess. That's like the Clash of the Titans thing when they're playing it on the chessboard. So you look at me and you see me doing my thing, and you're like, right, and then you're like, oh, he's a piece of shit, and you're just looking at me doing that, and it's really, you're doing this reflection thing.
It is a reflection.
I'm Source doing my thing.
It is a reflection. Like,
because if you said that to me, oh, you're a piece of shit doing this, I'll be like, yo, I'm just feeding my cats.
Yeah, I'm just living. What are you doing?
I'm doing a show about uplifting so you can ascend, so we can do this together. I'm not trying to sell it to you. I'm going to do it right in fucking front of you and tell you the story as we go.
It is hard.
By example, we roll.
It is hard. Frank was perceived one way by his mom for a long time.
Long time.
And, when Frank and I got together, it was very hard to break that perception. And then she slowly started to come around, and then she fully came around, and then now she got it. She got it. Frank is not the old Frank from years ago.
It's not the old guy wearing the mask.
Exactly.
If you're still in that framework,
right,
you're going to keep seeing that.
Right.
And it's not true.
So now,
by example,
I've been telling her for a year, look at your son. He's been doing everything he says he's going to do. He helps you with everything you need help with. He's always there. He's never says no. No one has ever said no to you. All you have to do is ask, and we will say where and when. But you have to let us know. I can only ask you so many times if you need help. So Frank and I decided that, for a couple of nights a week, he has to sleep there because of Pop. He's helping her take care of Pop. And, I go over, I bring food, or I cook there. And, this is how we have to live now. And it's a beautiful thing. And, we have this routine, and it's okay, and it's working as long as everyone does what they're supposed to do. And now she's forced to see him in a different light, and she loves it. But it's hard because what she knows, what she knew, and what she knows now are two different things. And it's like, look, you can't go backwards. This is who he is now. This is who he is now, and this is who he's going to be tomorrow. Who he was a long time ago is who he was a long time ago, but this is who you're dealing with now. So she had a little learning, he had a little learning, we all had a little learning, and it ended up working out great, because now she knows she's dealing with a man. She's not dealing with her son, Frankie. We're not the kids. Like she made a comment to me the other day in the kitchen, and I went, now, Diane, I was a homeowner. I do know about, and she checked herself immediately because, it was.
My friend Dom said it the best.
Yeah.
He has the best saying to this. Never be fooled by who you're talking with. Right. So I'm like, yeah, man. He goes, because we're standing here. I used to make fun of him. He used to look like Larry Bird kind of, and he would beat your ass terribly. So people would be like, oh, it's over. And he'd go, oh, yeah. Right. And he'd go, never be fooled, sir. Mm-hmm. Right. And we just applied that to everything as a bunch of goofballs, but it was true.
But it's true.
Because you'll be in someone's presence. And then,
and I'm like, no, I've been through all of this. All of my family is gone.
The experience and the wisdom is already in the room with you.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm the only person in this room who actually understands what is happening to you. And you're not listening.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
You're not listening because you're seeing me as a little girl. I'm almost 50. You're seeing me as the kids. It's like when we go to Costco. It's like, oh, Frankie, for the kids. I'm with my kids. It's like we're 12.
Yeah.
You know, meanwhile, you know, we have a $400 Costco bill. Okay, but we're 12. You know, I mean, but that's who it is. And, you know, she was forced to see us in a different light, and it was good for us, and it was good for her, and it was good all the way around.
No, and then it opened up because those the programming fails.
Oh yeah, tell her about the program. Tell her she heard with the waffle maker because it was small.
Yeah, so
she's listening. She's listening to what you say now.
So I don't know, it's just weird stuff. I never need anything, right? I was cleaning her house, right? And
yes, cleaning out her house,
trying to fix some stuff, and I'm like, yo, what's in there? Because whatever it is needs to go. You haven't touched that in years.
Mm-hmm.
What's in there? She goes, oh, the waffle maker's in there. And I go, oh, I need a waffle maker. Can I have that? And she goes, no, it's old. It wouldn't work. It doesn't work.
Right. I'm going to put more water in this.
Okay. So I go, well, then what are you saving it for? What are you going to look at it? And there's grandma, there's Aunt Jeannie and Aunt whatever, right? So what are you doing? That's not where the memory's stored. The memory's stored in you. Let's not be ridiculous now, right? So the next thing I know, I'm getting her packages at the door, and she's like, yo, that's for you. Now, my mom used to do stuff when I lived somewhere else, wherever I was living, where she would buy you the biggest and best. So if you said you needed something, she'll buy it, right? I need a desk fan. She'll buy you a fan this big that when you plug in, it'll just blow the hair right off your face, right? So you're like, I don't need that. I just need the little fan for the desk, right? No, you need the big one, right? So she went and bought, and it's funny too because it's like kind of my favorite color in the red spectrum. It's like that Superman cape red. A little waffle maker. It's perfect.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, yeah, that's yours. So I'm like, what do you mean? And I don't need you to give me nothing. And she's like, no, I got it for you. Go ahead. And I looked at it and I was like, oh, look at this. And she's like, smiling and everything. I thought you'd be more excited. I says, no, you don't understand. I am excited. I'm going to cook with this, but I'm not 4 years old, right? So I love you. I gave her a big hug and a kiss. Right. Thank you so much. And then what did I do? Immediately came home and we put it to use.
Yeah,
we started using it like, but really.
We used it that night. And the first
we fucking love this thing. And we're like, oh, let's do this.
And the first thing you said was, my mother heard me for the first time because it's a little waffle maker. Because we had a humidifier that she bought him before he met me, and the thing was gigantic. I loved it.
My mother's the best.
But she'll buy you the biggest, and whatever it is, it's the biggest and the best.
She was like, "What do you need for the apartment?" She's like, "We don't need anything. We don't need it." She's like, "I don't want to take nothing from your mother." So I'm like, "Yeah, no doubt. It's okay though. What do we need? Well, we could use a humidifier. All right, Mom, we need a little humidifier for the bedroom. The bedroom was kind of big, whatever." She came with like the industrial size humidifier.
Awesome. I loved it.
Now it was like that big one with the like egg shaped almost.
It was
weird.
Gigantic.
It was huge. So my ex hated it and would be like, yo, get this fucking thing out of here. Yeah. So I'm like, well, we wanted a $20, $40 one. How much could these things cost? Now, last year.
No, years ago. When we took your shit.
Well, when I looked up the price.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We had it here, and we were using it. And then we needed to replace a part, and they didn't have it no more. And we were like, all right, we got to get rid of this. The price on it was like $375 now
for a humidifier.
It was a big one. It was made for like an office. It was awesome. Now when we were using it here, it was the greatest thing.
I loved it.
And then naturally it's gone. And I was like, oh, but at the same time, when it was that time, that's a metaphor for every single time, right? Like, oh, I want Juggernaut. Right now, this isn't a bad mother. This is just. I mean, I'm gonna.
She's the
Juggernaut,
best,
right? So she'll get you Juggernaut.
Yeah.
She'll get you.
Yeah, she'll get you 9 other
Colossus
things.
because you need to have a good guy and a bad guy.
She'll get you 6 other.
But then she'll buy you Snake Mountain.
Yeah.
Right, and then roller skates, and then milk, and she'll be like, take bananas, and oranges, and we have chopped meat and fucking ravioli. I made sauce.
I know. We go.
I got extra shit here. Just fucking take it.
Yeah, we go shopping in her kitchen. Yeah.
And it's like whoa. But it's always like, I got you 3 pounds of turkey, and it's like, well, it's just me and Paul.
But it's awesome
pound
because
last.
now she's
It's
hearing.
not bad
She's hearing us
because
now.
it's abundance.
So she's hearing
But
us. So we're like,
I don't want you wasting your money if I have to.
Yeah, slow your roll, crazy lady.
So as this occurred, everything clicked into place.
Yeah, now she gets it.
And
she gets
it makes her life easier.
Yes.
Like, what the fuck?
Totally.
You don't
what
need
are you doing?
Love doesn't require you to do that for me. Although
you don't have to spend,
that's pretty dope.
All you have to do is love me. You don't have to spend $1.
I love
Just
you.
Love me.
Be alive
love
with me. Long.
Love me. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Long.
And we love her. I mean, we do. I love her.
Well, this is just, we're just using Diane as the example right now, but
that's
she's
it because
breaking through.
You're being heard and you're being seen
right?
in a different way, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, no. So my family, who is perhaps unreachable in certain ways, is completely reachable now. Completely, with the yard being adjusted and fixed.
Because you change the way you feel.
I'm gonna do I'm gonna run something from the backyard one night.
Oh, you should.
Because now the backyard's getting fixed.
You're gonna be there.
Well, whenever. I'll just go live and then we'll chat. But I'll show you what I've been doing, and it's fucking neat. It's clean. It's dope. It's fresh.
You should just take pictures of it.
I got a couple of pictures. I wish I had the very before, like when we first started, where you're just like, oh my God, that's terrible. Well, actually, there's the side of the house that's in the front. I could show that. I could take a picture of that and be like, look, this is what we were dealing with. But how happy it makes all the connecting people just with a little bit work. The guy came, he says to my mother, see, it's working for her too. So this is how it works for her. She goes, I'm going to just pay this. My son did the work. He bought the equipment. And I'm like, well, there's neighbors involved and we could get money from people. She's like,
I don't care.
I'm paying for it. Right.
Just want to get it out.
I said, yo, how much? The guy came when I wasn't there. She's like, $450. So I'm like, tell me the story, because $450 was a great price. So I'm like, you guys have no idea how big that pile is, right? So I go, for the Bronx, it's gigantic. And then the guy goes, oh, it was $850 if it was him, but because it's what you did, $450. So she was like, oh, thanks, because he heard the story,
right? And
he has been the handyman in the area and understands what's going on over there.
So it makes it easy for everybody.
Yes. And wait till it's gone. Wait till what that pays forward. Now that you could sit outside, there's nothing.
I know, it's going to be awesome.
And it looks groovish.
Yeah, she's getting the pool ready. She wants to get a couple of pieces for the backyard. So we're good. I mean,
right. So now me being there all the time.
Exactly.
And Paula being there a bunch.
Exactly.
And my grandfather feeling a little better means we don't need the health aid.
Right.
Because he's doing pretty good.
And we're trying to.
So we're all just trying to working together.
We can't go anywhere. We're quarantined anyway. So we just literally go back and forth. I called in my meat order at the butcher. So basically, you can only call in the order. He tells you what day to come. You stand outside this gate. He comes out in a mask. He hands you the bag. You give him the money, and that's it. And so I called in my order. So Frank had to take a nap this afternoon. And I was so productive today. I got so much done. It was amazing. I'm so proud of myself. So
since you've been detoxing, your
my God, my
energy
level is up.
A lot.
I mean, I know I seem down now, but I'm really not. I think Ellen's energy just sapped me a little bit, but you know, I got so much done today. So I ran to the butcher and then I picked up the laundry. I dropped off laundry and then I picked up barrel laundry and I brought the car. And I was so excited to be out. It was like a German Shepherd.
And I blacked out.
I was so excited to be out just for that. Just for that. Like, I think it took 11 minutes for me to do everything. And then I was back home, parked in the spot, and I had everything. I brought everything in. But just that little time out by myself was a big deal. It was like I felt like I was going, you know, like I was a dog going for a walk. It was great. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Just to be out. And then when Ellen came, we screamed. As soon as we saw each other, we screamed like little girls. We screamed and we hugged, because I haven't hugged anyone either. It's
all right. You'll be all right.
Well, I feel better now. I got to see her.
During this time, take the time, create, do all the things you wanted to do that require, if you're like, but I want to go to, you know, no, you're not going there. Okay. Let's be serious. Inside yourself, inside your home, perhaps your car.
So I've been making these muffins.
Oh my gosh,
so my
the muffins.
My cousin gave my sister this recipe, and my sister gave it to me. It's like the best muffin. It's called best muffin recipe ever in allrecipes.com. And it really is the best muffin recipe ever.
I've never tasted such a good muffin.
I've never made such a good muffin. And this week it's going to be carrot because I have the carrots. You're going to have to grate them for me. And anyway, I made them for Ellen. And I made them twice before I made them for your house, and then I made them for mine. So we were going to give some to Mary upstairs, and she didn't get any because I think I ate 5 muffins, and I think Frank ate 5 muffins, and I don't know what happened to the other 2, but Mary was shit out of luck. She didn't get anything. So I'm going to make them again this week, and I'm going to give her some.
The muffins meant
for Mary, but that's okay.
Say that 3 times fast.
Anyway, so I'm on this muffin kick.
So your creations,
crazy, please.
Right?
You don't even know. Your mother gave me a turkey the other day. I cooked a fucking turkey in the middle of it. Was like a Wednesday. You know, whatever. It's just
have breakfast for dinner.
Or, we did that the other night. Yeah, we did that.
Wake up and just do something you weren't. Just wake up, kind of shake it off, go for a walk. I'm not used to doing that, Frank.
We didn't do that today. You and me. We didn't do that today. We did it the last 2 days. We haven't gone. We didn't go today for a walk. We have to make it up tomorrow. But I did 150 squats.
Yeah, Paula has been a little beast when it comes to things lately.
Oh my God, you don't even know. It's the detox. It's called Foot Spa Detox. I got it on Amazon.com. It was like $150. You put the cyanizer in the water, you put a little salt in the water, you put your feet in there for 30 minutes, and it detoxes every organ in your body, every cell. And it comes with a booklet, and I read up on it, and there was a blog. A lady had a blog, and I, researched her blog, and it totally works for me. And I don't really push anything, but I lost 4 pounds. I feel
all right, so
better than I've ever felt. The pink has actually come back into my gums because I have metal fillings, and I didn't realize that there's bacteria under the fillings that it detoxed. The pink is coming back into my gums. My skin feels softer than it's ever felt.
Your hair looks great.
Thank you. Well, you just like the gray. Thank you.
No, it's not that. There's a whole thing going on.
You don't even know. So, there's a man in the group, Greg.
He works with metal.
He works with metals. So I actually reached out to him to tell him I think it would be good for him because you can detox the heavy metals through the pores in your feet. And if he can get on a plan, or a regiment with it, he can detox all of that shit from his system, and it'll be really good for him because then he'll be able to connect spiritually. And I feel like since heavy
metals seem to block the connection inside of like whatever they're pointing at us and using with the Wi-Fi's and the 5Gs and the whatever.
Frank didn't do the detox. He only did it a few times, and he has to do it again. He can only do a half hour at a time.
So I'll vouch for this. I watched her. I was skeptical. I seen some of the reports on how it's bullshit and everything. However, she described to me something that only could be done if you're not believing the hype. You're just getting involved with it and doing it. Like just having, you can't tell me about ayahuasca unless you've had the ayahuasca experience. Then by all means, you could start talking to me. But the ones that didn't can't say. So when people just say, well, I heard about that, that's fake, that's bullshit or whatever. Let me tell you something. If you go to the spa and you do a half hour of this and you feel good, if you read the directions and you know that there are things that can't be released to the public, or if they are, has to be labeled under said category, like entertainment or whatever. Some of this stuff is done by guys that are science guys. And he's like, look, you put your feet in the water with this ionized thing, right? You put some salt in there, it activates. All right, there's a lot of stuff in the water. It pulls a lot of stuff out of you. Yes, it does do that. Yes, it does turn the water. Yes, I've watched with the salt in the water kind of only slightly turns until your fucking feet go in there. Then it really goes to work. Over time, the water does get a little lighter, but it's always pulling shit out of you. I've seen this. I've noticed it with her, my grandfather, me. Then we're doing it. She's doing it a lot. Me, I'm doing it like I did it a bunch. And then everything she said, actually 100% correct. I felt it do something to my kidneys,
Oh yeah,
to my
definitely.
spinal cord where my injury is,
yeah.
the roof of my mouth where I've been having issues from the
Mhm.
connection from the pinched nerves, my tongue and my palate get numb.
And your skin hasn't been as oily.
Yeah.
Your skin
Just
gets oily.
all kinds of stuff.
Really weird things, you know.
And
And
I
like I
felt it
said,
work
I
on my
don't really
lower
push anything,
midsection.
you know. And this it's
Oh, I went to the bathroom, amazing. But we're not in the spa. I just want to get this thought out. You spend 30 minutes, right?
$40 for 30-minute treatment.
We're at home watching Avengers,
Yeah, with our feet in the
Infinity
water.
War,
Yeah.
and Endgame, just doing it.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Those
So
movies are hours long, and something different is happening. And if you read in between the lines in the direction, the guy's telling you, if you do this
energetically, that the energy in the
sucks
water
the shit out of your cell,
works
allowing
with
your
the
cell
energy,
to activate more.
Yeah, works with the energy in your body and removes toxic cells, allowing the good cells to replicate. Because toxic cells create more toxic cells, and that's debris, and there's no way to get it out of you.
It's like when a tide comes in and there's all bottles and weird shit just up front, and you're like, what is this fucking shit?
I mean, it's the most disgusting
right?
thing
And
you'll
you're
ever
like, yo,
see.
you got to clean that out.
But that
and
comes
then
out of your
everything looks
body.
good.
And you know, like I went through pains in my body, like, you know, that whole, you know, I thought it was my
she stopped taking her medication.
I thought it was my sciatic nerve.
So you have to,
but it was actually inflammation pain, because once I stopped taking the anti-inflammatory, I realized it. And then once I started using the creams and the oils, I helped get it to subside. But it wasn't until I did the detox that it actually started to go away. And
you needed a little more help.
It was inflammation.
See, people use one detox and say, no, this is the way to go, and only this way. And it's like, no, you should do multiple ways.
Oh, of course.
Detoxes.
But this is the way I chose to do it. And I wanted to fast track it. That's why I did so many treatments. But you know,
because maybe the blockage was that intense.
Well, let me tell you, now I feel like I'm getting the uploads a lot quicker. I do get headaches, and I do have to pound a lot of water. And there are times when I do get weak, but I eat, you know. And it's funny because Frank craved it too. I craved red meat. After the detox, it was like a lot of red meat, and I gave myself what I was craving. And you know, it's been a wonderful addition to our routine, you know. And if this helps, that's wonderful. It's just a foot spa detox. You can get it on Amazon or eBay. It's got an ionic thing, and you put it in the water.
We'll share it in the FearLess group.
Frank will share it.
I'll show you guys.
It's amazing. It helps in so many different ways. It's just, I can't explain it.
It was doing thing. It was like, this is how. All right, so I ate mushrooms a lot in the last couple of weeks, a lot. And I would eat mushrooms and sit in this thing and do it. And my body would start reacting. And I would tell the mushrooms, all right, let's John Constantine me, launch me into a dimension. They were like, no, bitch, it's cleaning it up time. And I'm like, what do you mean it's cleaning it up time again? They were like, you ready? This is the advanced class, the one that you always love to be in. And I'm like, let's fucking do it then.
Right.
And all right, so I've had problems where I think I have like clogged arteries, and then I'm like getting scared, nervous, because I'll feel my heart pound a certain way, and I'll go, oh, what's wrong? And then I'll go under, and I'll be like, is it bad? They'll be like, no, it's not bad, but you know, you got to change your diet, you got to do certain things, but it's not bad. You could eat this food and change it with this, but you know, sometimes it's blocked in a place, and it's just always caused a problem that maybe you didn't know was there. Now, this is just for me, right? So I felt it where I felt those problems, and then the mushrooms, it looked like lines, and in each one of in the lanes of those lines was like blue, red, green, and they were like caked and dirty, and they were like moving. Some moved up, some moved down, but they were all moving, And then I'm like, what's all that shit in there? They're like, watch, watch, watch. And they were flushing it, and then it was coming up clean.
Right.
Like blunk, and then it was coming out of me. I was doing these giant yawns because I was like, I can't get up and pee and throw up or whatever. And it was like really freaking weird. But then in my chest,
What was all the purging?
I felt this area open.
Break up. It's like all the plaque broke up.
I was like, yo, am I going to die? Wait. Oh, wait. Did that just, and then the mushrooms would show me, they're like, what do you think you're looking at? We're showing you all the different tubes together. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know what I was looking at. And they're like, yeah, we're cleaning that stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the help of you doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
So you think you're going to get teleported to Planet X, and we're like, nah, you're going to get inside and start scrubbing, bitch.
Right.
That's what you're. Okay,
right.
then
It was hard. It was hard. It hurt.
It did hurt.
My body hurt.
My kidneys
because all of that inflammation
felt
was going
so good.
Yes.
It was going.
Yeah, you felt almost like you were being dialyzed. It was
makes me think I might have had some crystallization or something in there blocking, but
maybe
I never went to the bathroom as good as I did doing it. As long as you're drinking a lot of water, by the way.
You have to drink water because you get very dehydrated.
Peeing the next 2 times, it was like supercharged going to the bathroom. So it was like going for 2 minutes.
But he says it. They say it in the book. Energetically, your body's energy works with the water's energy, and it's like they're in plain sight.
And you're ionizing it, and you're charging your whole system.
But they can't say anymore. Like
they can't tell you this will help you.
Either understand it, or you don't understand the message, and it's all right there.
Yeah, it was
so
like
many
sentences. I don't know how to explain that.
Yeah, it's like your body's being dialyzed. It's like every cell is being cleaned.
It went to she said it to me.
I said you're gonna feel it in your palate because he's having problems with his palate again, and he goes, "No, I'm not." And he said, "Oh my God, I feel it in my palate."
It turns out that the fillings in our teeth.
Yes,
half of my teeth, literally. I'm not gonna show you, but it's
metal. Me too.
Everywhere.
Metal fillings. Me too.
Right?
Same thing.
And my guy was like, dude, you want me to do that? I'm breaking apart your whole mouth because some of those teeth aren't even there, and then the shit under, and then this and that. You might as well just fucking leave it.
Right.
Now I know we'll get to a point where I won't have to deal with that and like a $20,000 bill that I can't afford.
Right. And I'm not doing it either. There's no way. I'm not
going to Mexico to have some guy because if it doesn't work.
To work on my mouth. No, absolutely not.
There's too much already. All right. So my jaw, I felt and my breath got hyper fresh.
Like scrubbing bubbles.
And
the pink is coming back into your gums.
The mushrooms are like, look, under your fillings, even in the dead teeth, because some of them had root canals.
There's bacteria. Yeah.
There's bacteria just sitting under, they're trapped in there. Guess what? I was like, what? I was like, yo, my fucking wow.
Wait till you do it again. Because you were supposed to do it today. You didn't do it.
My third eye.
Yep.
And then some weird shit around my head and neck.
I'm telling you, it's very strange. It's very strange.
Spots in your body.
Your skin feels different. Your skin does not feel as oily. And I don't mean oily in a bad way. He's just got oily skin. And touching him, or his skin feels completely different. And that's only a couple of treatments.
And so we're like, okay, this works. We know it's working. So just like the villains like to add their poisons to everything, we will add our consciousness to detoxing by going, let's combine the fast with the water, eating some mushrooms, doing the foot soak. I wouldn't say eating 5 grams. I was eating 1 gram, just so you guys know. Don't get ridiculous. You start splashing that water, it's poisonous. With the shit that comes off of you.
Yeah, you have to clean everything out.
And then some people have shown video and footage of live parasites in the water.
I look every time because I'm horrified.
Once the timer goes off and it's not ionizing and charging the water no more.
Yeah, you have to dump it. You have to clean it.
You have to scrub your feet.
Scrub your feet.
Gross. But it works. So it's another thing.
Yeah, it's another.
It was doing this thing.
You don't even know because you're not even up to date for it. Wait till you get past. I did 4
so far ahead.
4 days, 4 treatments a day. I did 16 treatments in 4 days. Now, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to do one every other day. And I said, there's no negative effects.
Okay, so Paula
what
grabbed
could
a
it
book
do?
while I had.
Oh, yeah, and I was
I was
reading it to
under
him.
kind of just. She was telling me, if you read it the right way,
Yeah,
he's telling you
right
what it
there.
does. So I'm like, what does it? What does it do? Right? She's like, check it out. So she reads the plain statement, and I'm like, well, that's pretty obvious. She goes, yeah, to me and you. But someone reading this is like, yeah, it's just cosmetics. I get my foot done in the soak, and then I get my nails done. No, if you sat there for like 2 hours,
yeah,
and did that every other day,
2
while
hours.
blasting
I
your
did
body
2
with water
hours a
and
day.
minerals.
I had to clean the water 4 times. I did 2 hours a day for 4 days in a row.
And we're not selling it, like you'd
No,
be eating
no, I don't
Paul
care.
Stamets mushroom stuff. Here's our review on it. It's fucking awesome.
Right. I mean, it's just
Not selling
it's
his
an
shit
awesome
either.
product,
It's
and
awesome. You'd be eating that with bananas. Like think of a Gina Gin, the Fearless Family shout out diet, right? Where you just eat bananas and drink water, maybe.
right.
And then you have some shrooms, sit in the thing,
absolutely.
then do an Epsom salt bath, and then do what else is good for detox? Exercise. You got to do some exercise, whatever. It doesn't have to be heavy. Just you do some. What else is good for detox?
Well, you have to pound water. I mean, I didn't.
Water's in the number one.
I didn't drink enough water one of the days, and I felt mummified.
What other ways have you detoxed in your life that worked? Can you remember any?
Oh, I did the tea. That tea I loved. I don't remember. It was a detox tea I got online.
Okay, so detox tea.
I did that and I got sick. It worked so well I got sick.
Okay, so detox tea, water.
I did that.
Fasting, no matter what, you have to have water. Water.
With the Aya, I was on a pretty clean diet. Right before Aya, I was on a pretty clean diet.
Colonics. I don't.
Oh, I don't do that. I mean,
I don't do that either. However,
money,
but if you can't go to the bathroom, or
you got to
do what you got to do. For some people, these work in combinations with each other.
Because we learned from
meditation.
We learned from Grandma Viola that you need to poop regularly.
Oh my gosh.
You just need to poop regularly. And whatever you have to do to help that happen, you have to make sure you poop. And
when it's all out, your body starts immediately healing whatever's wrong with you.
Because all of that is toxic. It needs to come out.
It's like, I've never seen nothing, because Viola healed herself in the end and then got sick. She did
heal herself in the end.
And we were like, yo, that was like going through like a heroin addiction withdrawal
it was
like with Charlie Sheen type shit.
And that's what that detox was like, because it physically hurt. She did it. And,
I was like, wow.
And it was difficult. And, I mean,
remember she didn't know us, and then she looked at me one day and said, hey, Frank.
Yeah, she knew who we were. So, I mean, there had to have been toxins in there. So, and just getting these toxins out, I feel clearer. Like clearer in my head. Oh, you think
clearer?
Absolutely.
Okay, so wait, hold on. I want to just add caveats as you're telling this stuff. So having a clearer mind, a clearer head means less arguments.
Oh yeah,
because you can understand each other. Yeah, because there's no blockages. Because a lot of times you realize it's your gunk and the other gunk, and we were thinking, no fucking excuse no more. You're a creator. Wake up, right? So you're doing your detox.
Oh yeah, that's why I was responsible today. I was very responsible. Frank was like, "I'm sorry, I woke up late," and I was like, "Everything's taken care of." He was like, "What do you mean?"
Yeah, I was down today. Terrible.
Yeah, and I was like, "I did it. Everything's okay. I did it. I had the energy to do it. I was so proud of myself because."
We're doing things above and beyond.
If I get half that done, I'd be happy.
A year ago, be like, what'd you say, Frank?
Yeah.
Nah, fuck you. Get this fucking guy out of here. That's how intense you would be against it. Because I was. Right. All right. I got one. I'm just going to throw this in there quick. I'm not going to talk about it, though. I friended my dad on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
I said yes to his request.
Yes.
We haven't
After
really
all
talked.
Of that drama,
You know my story.
Yes.
He wrote me and he wrote an apology.
Yeah.
Then he wrote something nice back after I responded. And then I didn't respond, but I did he requested me. So I just said, yes, it's my fucking dad. Right. So everything I said no to, literally last year, I was like, yo,
can't fight it.
Don't fucking think so. Forever.
Now, Frank and I,
this is a forever thing. So
Frank and I talked about this.
Now we're friends.
The first week we met, and I told him the first week we met, your dad's coming back to you. Certain set of circumstances are going to happen. Your dad's coming back to you. Anyway, nah, you're crazy. You didn't believe me. And then it's like the bowling pins are lined up.
So Paula is
Never
10
been
out of
wrong.
10 in her,
Mhm.
what do you call them? They're not really predictions.
No, they're
Because if it was a prediction, there would be some kind of uncertainty in when you say it to me. I predict this is going to happen. No, you're just like, yo, this is going to
no, this is
happen.
gonna happen.
The confidence level is
This
too
is
much
gonna
there.
happen.
And it's but
It's happened every time.
in
It's
yeah,
happened every
in
time.
all different things.
Every time. That's why I say trust me. But whatever. But these days I'm trusting Frank. I'm like, this is Frank's bag. This whole thing Frank has predicted since the beginning, and I am like, Frank, this is your time. You lead with passion, and I will follow.
It's happening I appreciate that. So this is happening at a way slower speed than we expected, right?
Oh
so,
yeah.
But
I
if
didn't
it
think
was
it was
at a
gonna take
faster
this long.
speed, right? You don't want to. If this coronavirus was released the way they wanted to release it, we would have millions, perhaps billions dead on the planet right now. There would be no round two.
I don't know
Round
what's
two
gonna
would
happen
be
when it
a
gets swarmed
roundup of
out.
people
I really don't
and
know.
lockdown into cages or some shit. That's not going to happen,
Cages.
right? Where they force vaccinate you and do the dark timeline. No dark timeline. Get it out of your head. Stop worrying about forced vaccinations. Just no. You have to say no. You just say it out loud. Nope. Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Nope. Nope. Nope. Nope. Oh, you don't need ayahuasca to say fucking no, right?
Yeah,
Go meditate.
this is where your mother
hear,
and I
don't
disagree.
ever fucking
And
they're literally putting nanos in you, and then all this
Yeah.
other shit, along with something that might have
Yeah.
helped, but it's not going to with all that other shit in there.
Yeah.
It's giving you cancer 20 years later.
Yeah, so we were
Arthritis,
we
gout
were-
toe, that comes from that shit.
we were at the,
processed
yeah,
stuff.
but the detox helps gout toe.
Yeah,
'cause-
no,
'cause
my
you're-
gout toe,
you're-
I haven't
you're
had it
gout toe.
actually.
I know.
No
I know.
swelling in my feet, although my ankle, that
That's 'cause
problem
you
I
did detox,
have,
and your heel will feel better too.
it's like
I'm telling you.
it's like a tear, I think.
We did your grandpa's feet, remember? And then he
That was
didn't drink water, and then
He had a
Diane
problem
was
the next
like,
day.
no more. So that's the end of the detox.
Yeah, remember,
for
if
him.
you're doing science with yourself, do it correctly. Don't not drink the water thinking, oh, I'll drink an iced tea.
Well,
or
if that's the
coffee
case,
and
I
it'll
didn't
be-
do the science correctly myself either, because
Well, if you're making ayahuasca or DMT and you skip a fucking step,
oh
or
no, it's
or
not gonna
skim,
work. Yeah, well, if you make a cookie and
including
you
in a
skip a
recipe,
step, it's not gonna
oh
work.
my God, Diane made the worst
Don't
cookies.
say that.
No, listen, I said to her, what did you do? And she goes, I didn't use enough butter. And I go, why would you not use enough butter making the fucking cookie? And she goes, well, I was kind of rushing, and then this occurred and that happened. I go, oh, you got distracted. She goes, yeah. Then I thought, oh, it won't matter. And then I'm like, no, it matters. Now I'm just teasing Diane, but we all do this.
Oh yeah.
Try to get away with something.
Oh yeah, I did
Don't
it with
try to get away.
I did it with the waffles the other night. I made a perfect waffle batter, and
it was perfect. And then she threw more stuff in there.
And then I fucked it up.
It got watery, and then we had to work our way back.
And then I had to figure it out again. And I don't know why I did that.
Because I was stirring it, going, I've never. This is
know,
like my mother
I
when I was a kid, and she would be like, "You got to get it."
I know, it was perfect. It was perfect.
And you did it on the first.
I know, on the first try.
So
I know.
Don't overthink. Don't.
I did overthink that one. I did. And
just do the recipe, but add your flavor.
I don't know why I overthought that one. I really don't know, because it was not a big deal.
No, because you're a creator. I like. All right, so you like. You don't read a recipe sometimes and then go, okay, I'm gonna make this exact thing. I notice you'll
Yeah, no, I never follow a recipe.
Yeah, you never follow the recipe.
I can't. I'm just.
So you're always adding. So even if you make the same meal again, you kind of.
Oh, add or take away. Yeah, I do that.
Away.
Yeah, it never tastes exactly the same. No.
Why?
Because it's always a little different.
But why is it always?
Because I don't follow a recipe.
You're just rolling with it.
I'm rolling with it.
So you're freestyle cooking.
Yeah.
So it's like me freestyling. Sometimes it's really good, and sometimes it's so
I
bad.
know.
You just go.
I know.
Frank, that didn't even rhyme. I'm like, I don't fucking care anymore.
No, right? I know. There were a couple of horrible.
I don't care what rhymes. You know what rhymes with this, and this.
Frank. There were a lot of stuff, meals that Frank did not care for, but it's okay. It's okay.
Oh,
it is what it is.
So we work our way through these things, but look where it brings us. So you mix the detoxes, because you don't know which one's right for you. But each one of them, okay, so how do we judge this? Because we'll talk about this live, because we were like talking about my grandfather and going, well, if it helps 1% in the positive direction, is it worth it on a guy that's 90?
It is 1%, worth it, but you know what?
He only has, let's caveat, let's just say he's at 30%, and 1% is 31%. And not 29%. Is that a lot?
It is absolutely worth it. And
okay, so now you got me and you, who do it 36 fucking times.
But I don't have fortitude for that. I do have fortitude, but I don't have fortitude for that because I don't want to hear Diane say no.
No, hold on. And don't drag in apples and oranges. I'm trying to make a point.
Okay.
This has nothing to do with Diane anymore.
Okay.
This has to do with the detox itself. So is 1%, if the foot bath does for you 1% or better, mixed with the apple, mixed with the banana, making it 3, 4, 5%, you know what I'm saying? Is it worth it? If you're adding up now, this is going to get very high percentages quickly as we do certain things, because the foot bath will have you at 1, 2% unless you're doing it with some you guys that science your body know exactly what I'm talking about. You'll be drinking the proper water with the proper pH, and you're down in it. Some of you will be drinking your fucking pee, going, my pee's ionized now because of the foot bath, because of the this and the that. And it's a technology,
right?
While not putting in pesticides, while, let's say, giving your body only fruits and vegetables, while not using certain products, like you'd be using tea tree soap or defense soap.
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
Yeah.
So each one,
if
it's just a little percent,
if it's a little bit of a change, it's worth it. Yeah, it's all worth it. You only use
or is it only good if you mix it all together? And you hear Frank go, if you mix it all together, it'll give you a solid 20%.
No, you have to try whatever works for you. It doesn't matter what it is.
And now it's like 40%.
All he has to do is drink water. We can't get him to drink water. And I don't want to stand on top of him and make him drink water.
I get.
Yeah.
It has to do with the individual listening.
Oh yeah, definitely. Any change is a good change. Any change.
What percent is it okay for you?
Any change is a good change.
Is it a half percent?
Any change.
Okay, so is it a full step forward or is it a quarter step forward? All right, is that the truth right there? Oh, it's the truth. Okay, do we need to put a dress on it? Do I need to put a curtain in front of it and then pull the curtain back halfway, a quarter way? Where are we with this? So we can do it. So we can science the shit, because it's not a fucking diet. I got to diet and eat fucking salad and I can't eat meat. No, you know what? You could eat meat. You could eat a little bit and you go get a colonic, you go clean yourself out. You can eat a banana. You could drink a ton of fucking water. You could eat some turmeric, and proper stuff. You can ionize yourself. You can go into the freeze chamber where the athletes go, where we went and we couldn't do 3 minutes. I almost died in that thing. Cryo freeze.
Oh, I thought I was going to die.
Another detox brings down the swelling.
I know.
Drinking ayahuasca, eating mushrooms brings down the swelling. You know, I noticed that when you eat mushrooms, there's a point where you feel gross and look ugly when you look in the mirror. No matter what you do, you feel it. And you're just like, I'm so gross. The next day, after a nice hot shower and a shave, you never look better. Glowing. Like beyond. I'm saying all of these are modalities to get rid of all the toxins as well. And I'm only scratching the surface. There's so many people here that already know and then are hearing other things and going, oh yeah, that maybe I'll mix that with this and try to make that work. And you'll find your exact combination and unlock. And then all of a sudden, clear mind means during meditation, you hear more connectivity. Healing. Because that's all that really matters, right?
Right.
And there's a lot of doctors that say you bring down the swelling, the inflammation. If you could remove that.
Yeah, but you never can. They don't tell you
that.
That's
what I'm saying. That's what's up. They always try to mask it or try to give you something or give you something for the pain. If you could just literally lose that somehow, then your body would just heal. And then you just eat good stuff.
But now I am forcing my body in a state where it can heal.
That's
itself.
what's up. This is
Because
exactly.
it's not filled with all of that toxic debris.
Okay, I was just trying to make
Yeah.
that like
No,
a
totally.
as
I
if
get
we
it.
were in like the 5th grade.
Yeah, totally. You know, and then we're following that regimen. We have all those pills out. You know.
Absolutely. Look, I'm even in,
turmeric
we
and
were in
this
the sun. Yeah.
Yeah, the magnesium, turmeric.
Magnesium,
Yeah.
zinc, turmeric,
Yeah.
iodine,
The
silver.
Yeah.
I don't know. We got a whole bunch of shit.
Yep.
And we're actually taking it.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, okay, charcoal.
Yeah. Activated charcoal.
You know what happened to me when I ate the mushrooms? I ate the mushrooms and then
What?
took the charcoal later.
Mm-hmm.
I got sick and threw up later on.
Mm-hmm.
And then this weird thing came out of me. And it was like the charcoal bundled with this stuff.
Right. Like a magnet.
And I was like, oh, it took the mushrooms and now I threw it up. They were like, bitch, that ain't the mushrooms.
Yeah.
You digested the mushrooms. Yeah. This is this. Blap. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Ooh.
When I ate the mushroom that day,
where did that shit come from?
It's funny that you say that
because charcoal took that, son.
When I had the mushroom that day with you, I got a very bad bellyache.
Yeah.
And I had like a
Nick, thank you so much. I love you so much, my brother.
It was like a bellyache, like it hurt like a bellyache, like I was a little kid with a bellyache.
You're like, oh, my tummy.
It was really bad. And I know it was the mushroom, must have been.
Because you say, oh, it's poison that you're putting in you. And it's
but
like,
I think it was attaching to something and pushing it out.
Yeah. That's why when you go poop afterwards.
Yeah. It's like
you feel great.
Right. Because it's a purge. It's not a poop.
Yes. And
it's different. It's not.
All right. Pooping and purging are two different things.
Yeah.
Trust me. Trust us on that.
But it's like when you throw up, it's a purge. The purge is different from like it's scientifically been tested that it's different. It's the purge physically is different than the vomit.
Yes.
It's just
it's you look at it and
it's different.
I've seen in the very beginning, I talked about it on the show. I wanted to get because now they sell microscopes that attach to your phone, and then or your computer, and you could just.
I can't. You know why? If I had, I'd put everything on.
I was like, do not do that.
Yeah, because you're gonna put everything under a microscope.
You're gonna get scared.
Yeah, terrified.
So because I looked once or twice and was like,
yeah.
I go, why is that black? That was when I was in Chris Gio's house. What came out of me was black at first.
Yeah.
And then it got brown, and then it was like when you're sick and throwing up phlegm almost, and this is gross. But it looked, then it was clear, and then it was over.
Right.
And then when I looked, the black stuff was screaming. That's how I learned about black goo.
Right.
I didn't know what the fuck black goo was. I just said I saw that in my throw up and it yelled at me.
Yeah.
Then when Dee did it, and the bucket was it was black.
Talking back. Yeah.
She was going bah, and black was coming out into the bucket. I was like, oh shit. And it happened for 4 hours every 15 minutes.
Yeah.
At the 15-minute mark, just that the bucket was screaming. Fucking die. So I was like, I gotta get this out of the house. And then it's funny, she's my singer. We're no longer in the group because the group's not together. And the first guy that left the group, right back in the day, is sanitation. Turns around and it's 4:00 in the morning. I go outside to throw the garbage out, to throw this specific thing out. He's coming on the back of the truck. He's right, rocks. The cat only talks when there's truth. So he's like, hey, what's up, face man? I'm like, yo, Petro, what's up, kid? He goes, here, let me take that. Took it, threw it in the back of the truck. And me and Dee were standing there like, did we just see Petro? We haven't seen him since he left the group. So it was years. All right. Anyway, so purging and getting the stuff out of your body. Here's other stuff. Get sage for your house, right? So you're purging for your senses, your energetic signatures, your chakra points, your physical cells in your body, your organs, everything has got to get it. So the foot soak works good, but it works better in coordination with everything else. So you don't have to do everything in the world. Science it up. If you're not drinking fresh water, I suggest you start drinking fresh water. I feel like if I say something like that, I'm preaching to the choir. When it comes to saying fresh water, but I'm running into things like in my own life where I realize that was the one thing that I'm just noticing now that I've been saying everyone should do, or that helped or whatever, but I missed that, skipped that thing right there. And I'm always in dry skin or not drinking enough water. You know, that should be number one on the list. So just do it. Right? You don't need all the different. All right. So I scienced something I'm going to share with you. Paula will hear this now, and she'll probably agree. But I wanted to see how many days I can get away with no deodorant, just to see before I smell. And you're like, oh, dude, I don't even want you fucking near me. So it took 3 days. No one even noticed. I noticed.
I didn't notice.
So
I think you smell great.
So I was using healthy deodorant. My point was, I've been detoxing. I want to see what I'm putting in my body. I want to know everything that goes in and gets rubbed on, right? Like here, we have Gold Bond and stuff.
Okay.
That's why I said whatever before. Like I need to, like I'm bald. If I'm not covering my head, I need to do the right thing and rub lotion on my stuff, but I don't want to put shit on there. I want to put good stuff. So now I'm thinking about coconut oil
well, now it's
if I use just this much more on coconut oil, what do I look? I look like
you look like a salad. You look like
right. It's just shiny, all kinds of weird, and I don't mind it personally, but other people seem to be like, "Yo, listen, greasy."
Well, when you're in the sun, you smell like you're baking, and it's delicious. Like it just smells delicious, and it's not fair. So,
so doing all that stuff, and then being absolutely healthy, going for the walk, doing the meditation, all of that is considered
trying to do something.
It's all considered. Imagine doing all of that for a month, like all the things, just trying them randomly, but always like pounding water, adding turmeric, adding mushroom.
Well, I have since
supplement adding.
So since I stopped the anti-inflammatory.
Dude, you're that's right. Well, that's what
it was horrible. It hurt. It was horrible. But now I'm through that.
Better now.
Better now. It still hurt. Like I'm still like now I'm starting. It's been an hour and 20 minutes in the chair. Like now I'm starting to feel stiff.
Right.
But not terrible. Like my posture is improved, and I think my posture is improved because
improved weight, improved posture.
I feel like everything detoxed from my spine.
Yeah, that's what I was feeling.
Weird, like from the back of my neck, and
it was like,
you know,
I was like, what the fuck is that? And it was like hypercharging the cellular areas so they could move and fix things and do shit. I'm like, and then the other stuff has to fall away. But yes, it will attach to the fat cells. But I think it will stick there. Yes, it will be nasty.
I think all of this started with Angela Miller healing. Angela Miller, she gave me that healing that day she was here. I don't think
that was
I really do think this is what jump started it, because Frank noticed more mobility the next day with me. Now I still had pain, but I had a little bit more mobility, and I believe it was because I cleared out generationally years of trauma in my shoulder, in you know, in my body in general, but primarily my shoulder. So my shoulder feels as good as it's going to feel for having zero cartilage and having my medical condition. And you know, I'm trying the best I can, and you know, I'm off almost everything. I mean, the only thing I take now regularly is my antispasmodic, which I'm not sure how that's going to work. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure how that's going to work. I have to
one thing at a time.
Yeah, I think it.
Listen,
yeah.
So check it out. I keep telling you this over and over, right? To be like a cheerleader to you in a degree where I'm like, hey, or like Mickey to Rocky when he's like, check it out, just hang in there, right? Because
I know, it's hard
as you move through this part. Yeah, it's hard, but it's not as hard as life living on this other medication,
right?
If you have fucking med beds on the way,
right? No, I get that. I'm hanging on for that. You know, I'm hanging on for where we're going in
developments and stuff to help these things.
Yeah, you know,
fucking let's get going. I don't want them to have to peel me off the wall or something because I'm all caked up and gooped up with shit. I got to be best I can be to walk right into that.
Right.
And be
It's
like,
hard.
yo, just hook it up. I know.
It's hard.
It is
you know,
hard.
it is hard. Like I'm in pain every single day, and there's nothing I can do about that. There's nothing I can do to put my body in a position where I'm comfortable. Nothing. And I mean, even nuts up into the back of my skull, and in all over my body. But I am finding a little bit of relief, and it's been very difficult. I have to start stretching again. We stopped stretching. We were talking about it with Ellen. I do have to start stretching again. I have to make more time for myself.
See, this is what happens as we
Yeah.
begin to do this.
Yeah.
You realize, like, yo, you know, we do a lot already, and then even for ourselves, we do what we want, right? So
Pretty much,
but
yeah.
we need to do more. So you just heard it right here. Look, I need to make more time. Yeah, we do all this other shit, but guess what? Adding this back into it, because you know it's good, because that's part of it too. All right. So when we did the light yoga, okay,
the stretching,
yeah,
that was great.
I was crying.
Yeah, from the pain.
It was so much painful.
Yeah.
And memories were coming out.
Right.
Painful memories that I had no clue were even there. And I'm like, is this shit being stored? And that's why I'm so tight in those areas. And then all of a sudden I'm not.
Yeah, I think that is a lot of what it is. And we have to start that again, even if we can't do it together. Because I think the problem is Frank and I are trying to do a lot of this stuff together. And I think a lot of it has to be done separately because of just timing. And, you know, can you just put that up, the Kala comment? Because Kala, I met on the Expanding Universe on
Is that the one?
Aaron's
I don't know which
Kala.
one.
Yeah, that's the one.
This one.
And you're a beautiful person, and I would love to give you the gift of a healing session. I would love to accept it. You should put your information in the Fearless. If you go into the Fearless group, you put all your information there.
Anyone that does anything.
Yeah, because
now I don't mean
Kala
promotion
teaches
for
sessions.
yourself.
No,
and
but she
doing all
teaches
that, but
sessions
if you're
as well.
doing stuff.
Yeah.
Let us know by promote.
Yeah,
you can promote
put it there so people can see it.
Just don't take it over. You know what I'm saying? And I'm all day.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I'd rather people go to my people.
Right.
Period.
Right. And then thank you. That's wonderful. You know, but I'm trying to push through it. Like I just have to start. I think I'm learning to look at it a different way, you know, and I know it's coming. I know a lot of things are coming. I think a lot more is going to be accessible.
There's a lot of change coming.
Yeah, there's a lot of change
coming.
We're
going through our own
there is a lot of
things.
change coming.
Imagine doing that during the big painful ones.
Right. So,
and
you know,
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, we're working on it. You know,
you gotta try. You gotta do something.
So yeah. Yeah. But thank you, Kala. Yeah, put your information there though so people know. Yeah, are they out there? Is that someone?
Getting a muffin.
Oh, you're getting a muffin. Do you see them? They're on the counter. Are they in the back? I made muffins today, and they were banana peanut butter chocolate chip. But I think the peanut butter and the banana it didn't taste like peanut butter or banana. And I don't.
Which one should I have?
That one. That one.
The middle?
Yeah, that one. I mean, they were good, but like you couldn't taste the peanut butter. Like they were fighting against each other, and I don't know. They had powdered sugar on them, but you can't see that.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, or you could put the kid.
I just want to taste it in front of everyone and be like, look what I got.
Frank loves these muffins. We've been making like muffins. It is. It's good, right? Good. It is. It just.
That tastes like peanut butter.
It does, and I mixed it with the banana, and you saw what I did, and I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's stupid. So what do you want to talk about now?
Muffins? No, just kidding.
Muffins? You want to talk about muffins?
I want to tell everyone to stay positive through this time, because you create your own reality.
It's a weird time.
If you sit in fear at any point, you're restricting
Yeah,
you move ahead.
the growth, the momentum. You have to like pull yourself out of it. I actually tried to watch the Today Show the other morning. Frank was up early one morning so he couldn't sleep, so he was up early. And
Can't even have it on anymore.
I had the Today Show streaming live.
We were like,
and I had it on for about 4 minutes, and I was like,
you did it. I was
I
like,
can't.
what
I have
happened?
to shut it off. I can't
You're
listen
like,
to
I can't
it.
take this shit anymore.
I can't listen to it. It was like this
garbage, pure trash.
But not only was it the words that were coming out, it was like this thing that I felt like it was hitting me.
Yeah, because they're broadcasting.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was horrible. I had to change it. So and
on purpose to keep you stirred up.
They were good. They just don't. They're not distinct. I
don't know, man. This would taste great with fucking ice cream.
Yeah. Well, we got to make the waffles for that for ice cream. Anyway, we have to go to BJ's and get more. We have to get more ice cream. We have to get supplies.
Am I the only one that finds it hysterical that there's a place called BJ's Wholesale, and then I got to get a BJ card? Like, nobody thinks that's funny with me, or am I too immature for this conversation?
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's not even lies and bad vibes. You know what it is? It's distraction. It's like not even a good distraction. It's like stupid. And look at how they talk to you. It's almost like they talk at you. They're telling you what to do.
Yeah, comply. Do what we tell you to do. Walk on the side of the street they tell you to walk on.
Right.
Follow the arrows. Follow the arrows.
Get the injection. Get the vaccination. Yeah. Be empowered. Yo, shut the fuck up. Right? You fucking cackling hens and you dummy robots. You're lucky I'm not in that fucking audience. I'd be throwing rotten lettuce in your face. Rotten tomatoes. I would bring the Fearless family and line up the first 3 rows and have everyone dressed like we were at a Galaga show. And I'd be like, what'd you just say, homie? Empower yourself. Shut the fuck up. And we would just pelt you with tomatoes and lettuce. We don't do anything violent or whatever, but we could scream shame in your face and shut the fuck up. It's a free country. Look. If you live in fear of this in any way, shape, or form, you're not going to lock into the positive timeline. I know that sounds so stupid, but you got to have that unshakable, unbreakable faith. If they come and knocking at your door, it becomes a different situation, right? It gets physical at that point and it gets crazy. We don't know what's going to happen. I don't really think it's going to go there. I think it's going to look like it's going to go there.
Yeah, but it's not going to go there.
But it's not going to go there. So I seen reports. This is what I mean. So there's reports on Trump saying the military is going to distribute vaccinations. Right. So there's multiple articles saying this. I just saw him in a video that was provided because nothing else had provided a video. It's always clips and things that he didn't mean, where he said there will be no vaccinations. Right. So do you really want to get into this pit, or do you want to just say, when you're not doing it, no matter what, like internally, you're not, because you haven't been doing that.
Right.
Like when you check yourself, you realize how intense of a thought that is. It's not just shouting like a fucking baby. No, you're not going to touch me. No, it's not that. It's more than that. Dude, this goes. So in India, they're testing this shit, right? Or were, and in Africa. So they inject you, and they were doing this with that, with all kinds. So they hit Paula with it. Paula's pregnant, has a baby. Baby has a problem. But then that baby's baby has a real fucking problem. And then every other baby you try to have. And it works its way down the line till it degenerates. Genetically. And ruins you.
Till it degenerates.
Fucking ruins you. Right. Why do you think they're kicking these people out of the country? Why do you think they're stepping away from the WHO, the World Health Organization, and the CDC? Why? Because it's Donald Trump? Don't be fucking ridiculous. Think about, these are the fucking criminals that have been doing all the wrong things. So you don't have to give it to them anymore. The energy doesn't need to go to them.
No, stop the fear spiral.
You take this system down by stopping the fear spiral. This is what I'm getting at. You don't have to go out and revolt.
Just turn off the news.
You turn it off, but then you turn your belief system up into what you want, because you create your reality. There will be nobody giving me fucking vaccinations. I will no longer be sick. I will be healthy. I will purge the parasites. Then go do the work you need to do for you while doing things like just loving the people in your house.
Right.
You don't got to go march on Capitol fucking Hill. You got to take care of your family first, and yourself. Number one, you first. So you got to get in position, because if you can't talk to your family and your family can't talk to you, you have to get into a position of such a high frequency that you can handle that bullshit. Dip into their frequency a little bit, but your energy is so awesome that it just raises them up enough. So right where the argument would start, it just stalls out. It's happening to me. I love my mother. I've never gotten along so good with her in my life. It's great.
Oh yeah.
I fucking love it. I see what's going on, but I had to get there.
Right.
It's not my point to argue vaccinations with her.
Right.
It's not her ear I need to change.
Right.
I got to make sure she's safe and alive.
Right.
If she wants to do that, then that's what she has to. I can't make you, but I'm not going to berate you for it.
Right.
It's your life. You know the deal. Do what you got to do, though.
Right.
I love you. I'm here with you. All right. Your awareness is your responsibility for it. It's like the yard next door that had to be cleaned up. Why? Because it was encroaching in my yard.
Right.
It was literally in my yard. And I couldn't just cut it back. It needed the haircut. If you didn't give it the haircut, though, everyone, 8 people are getting, that was,
oh no, gosh, it needed a big clean out.
It's getting like hair lice or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It needed a big clean out. That's just.
This is the metaphor for all of us, right? That you want aliens, you want the cool shit, you want inner earth beings, you want to speak to the higher realm through yourself. Clean yourself out. Watch what happens. They'll be so proud of you because it's you and they're your ancestors. They're your, right? They'll be so proud of you that the message comes through loud and clear and you could bring it forward. It's the best part about this whole thing.
Lexi, Diana already is your mom. She loves you. You're right. There's nothing else I can say.
But okay, so I've had a few experiences. I was on Lighting the Void with Joe Roop the other night.
Oh yes, you did that midnight interview. So
I agreed to that a while back, but I haven't even been talking in the Fearless group for like 2 weeks because my transformation in this process got really personal a couple weeks ago. Like personal to the point where I almost, you'd have to catch me at the time of day or be the person that I want to talk to, or else I don't give a shit. And it's not disrespectful. And it's not like I want to give up on this. It's like to continue forward, I need this moment. So I'm like, I want to do the meditations. I want to do this. They're like, no, you're not. You're just not. And I'm like, come on, motherfucker. Like I'm arguing with myself. And they're like, dude, you need to upgrade. You're lacking here. I'm like, oh, here we go again. Like again, except this time I'm taking it on the chin. I'm like, no, let's fucking do this. What do I need to do? They're like, dude, here's your list. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, wow, let's do this right here. Boom, it's done. Boom, done. Boom. I'm like, oh, it's unlocking. It's unlocking. Okay, I can't talk to you. Don't take this the wrong way. It just sounds rude sometimes when I fly off the handle and rant. But I can't talk to you about that while it's happening. A lot of people want to talk about their experience while they're having the experience.
Right.
That doesn't really work out too well because you don't even know what the fuck's going on most of the time. Right. I don't know how I'm upgrading. I don't know how this works. I don't know. I was talking the other day about, because I know when I start talking, like I ate mushrooms and said, oh, I trust you, little mushroom, because you're always good to me, even when you're fucked up.
And they're like, still show discernment.
And then I ate it, and the entire experience, and I ate a high dose, was about trust. So I was like, oh man. So that they were like, what do you mean? You could trust me. And I'm like, don't fucking touch me, because I get freaked out. And I'm like, wait, I thought I could trust. Wait a second. And they were like, oh, no, don't worry. Come here. And then someone else would come out and go, no. How the fuck are you listening to that jerk? Come over here with me.
Right.
And so I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
And I'm like, then I would see fake Paula, then fake Frank. No, you'll be okay. Come this way. I'm like, I can't fucking trust anyone. For 4 hours of that, I said, I can't trust anyone but me. And they were like, bingo, pass the test, and dropped the whole trust thing. And I was like, are you fucking serious? That was the hardest 4 hours
Right.
of no trust.
Because you can't put limitations on that either.
Paula, I thought I was going to come out and everyone was going to be fake again.
I know that. And the first person you ask is it going to be Paula that betrays me?
Oh, they were like, so yeah, I didn't even say that. I didn't even mention that, but thanks. But they said to me,
me
someone,
of all people, the
no,
person who saved his life about 50 times. And he goes, you should be a little more grateful. And I was like, 50 times it saved your life, Frank.
So check it out. They said to me, deep into this experience, it was all about trust. They were like, okay, so check it out. One of your closest people. And I was like, oh, here it goes.
Yeah.
They were like, but it's unexpected. They're not going to fuck you over or nothing. They're going to reveal themselves to be something. I'm like, a reptilian? They're like, we're not going there. They're going to reveal something. And you're not going to fucking like it at all. And it's going to have been the whole time. So I said, wait. Is it going to hurt me? They're like, no, you're going to hurt you because you're going to be like, I've been betrayed. And I'm like, wait a second. I don't really talk to too many people. I talk on here. I know a bunch of people, but who can? And then I started thinking, and they were watching me. There was beings watching me going.
Yeah, the first person.
So the first person I said was, is it going to be this motherfucker right here? Because I'll fucking get her the night before.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll make sure this shit doesn't. No, I'm just kidding.
All
I said, really? Is it Paula? And they were like, no.
No.
So I go, okay, so it can't be the car. Then I said, is it any of the cats? Is it my mother? They're like, no. So I go, wait a second. Is it this person? That person? And they were like, no.
It's not that easy. They're not going to tell you who it is.
No, but they were genuinely like, you're completely wrong. And I'm going, but who do I know? And then I'm realizing that my life's been changing and weird things have been happening.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I understand. But during that experience, it mattered because I was perceiving trust a certain way.
Absolutely. And now you've expanded.
You know what? Maybe it will be you, and they haven't said nothing because they're trying to protect you. Maybe
Frankie,
your higher self came in and paid these
Frankie, the vortex,
fucking snapperheads to do that, and now I'm being tricked from all directions. How do we find out?
I haven't been wrong about one thing yet. one thing.
Yeah, you know what? I'll go down with Paula in the ship because these muffins are fucking delicious. It's worth it. It's worthy enough. Fuck this shit.
It's worthy enough. Okay.
Anyway, that was a big one. So I was like, really? Someone close and everything? They're like, no, but it's not going to be life devastating to you. You're going to make it life devastating. But nothing's really going to change. You're just going to reveal something's going to be revealed and you're going to be like frank about it. So you got to be cool about it. And I'm like, oh, okay. So, yo, check it out.
It's not going to be me.
This is a tensor tool that I've been wearing. Ra gave it to me. Eye of Ra. Check it out on TFR. I think he was on tonight. Today's Saturday, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he was on earlier tonight.
Yes.
He's on the 2 hours prior to this show on Truth Frequency.
Baby, is that you?
He gave me this, and I've been wearing it in the sun. Now, I talked about this on the show before, looking up through it at the moon, getting this weird connection, like the tunnel opened and all kinds of cool shit. But it's also copper. And like I said, all of these things in coordination is helping everything else line up. So I'm getting a clearer sense of mind. But you get angry and you're wearing one of these things and you're out in the sun, be prepared to slow your roll real quick because it'll jump from A to Z in 1 second. But it also does it for any emotion. You become hypercharged. So check your emotions. Why am I feeling this? Why is this happening to me right now? Why do I dislike this? Why do I hate what he said? Why can I not stand here and physically take it where I want to actually strike this person? Because you have to figure that out. Because what happens if you, and here we go back to the ET stuff, or DMT world, whatever, or ayahuasca mushrooms, you go under and then they're showing you something and you go berserk. And I'm going to give you a prime example. So one of the nights I was out in my backyard at my grandparents' because I was staying there. I ate mushrooms and I was connecting to good reptilians. I don't know if I ever talked about this on the show because we've been all fucked up, but a bunch like defected from that Draco environment and then felt love and came through. And I was watching this happen. But I'm always on my guard around that shit. So I was like proud to see it and be able to witness it. But then, and I've said this before, there's raptors that still live on this planet. Raptors, just like in the movies, right? But they're, because of Mother Ayahuasca, Mother Earth, Gaia, will rather work alongside you because they're intelligent than and not eat you or whatever to crush the parasitic environment.
Mhm.
To get rid of the negativity, get rid of the planet.
Right.
So every day I greet the pack that spoke to me on multiple occasions. First, on the Aya, the animals always attack you. The insects roll up on you and they're eating stuff off you and all. I had to do this with the raptors. They came in and started eating stuff out. It was violent and scary, and they were dragging me around and shit. And I was like, this sucks. And then realized that they were with my DNA activated now. They cleared me. And I was standing with them, and I'm like, oh, what's up, guys? And they're just talking.
Right.
So they showed up, and one of them came over my head, and I swear to it was so realistic, hardcore real, that I tried to kill him as he came over because I thought he was going to bite me. I didn't know what it was for a second because I was so wrapped into this other thing. And I cut him, and they were like, why did you do that? And I said, I'm not fucking paying attention. I'm so sorry. And they were like, stop everything. They didn't want me. They were like really angry with me. I had to sit there and meditate directly at it until this wound in its neck healed.
Its neck. Yeah.
Its neck.
Its neck.
Because I punctured him. He was going to die according to them and what I was witnessing. It happened so fast.
Right.
But they were like, dude, you'd be swinging that like that? That could have been Paula. Right? That's what you're going to do? And it's like, well, I don't know what's going on. And they're like, you can't claim this no more.
Right.
You're not floating in hyperspace, in outer space. You're sitting in the fucking backyard. This is your boys. And I'm like, yo, I'm really sorry. Then had to go through each one and apologize to them because they were cool like that. So it's like my stupid reaction could have caused the death of one of my favorite beings. Right. And it doesn't matter that it's a wrapped pack. It could be a fucking pack of penguins for all I give a shit in your life or this one's life or someone else's life. As long as it's your connection to it and how it's made through you. Right. Because I know this to be real. So in my world, my perception is my reality. And yes, there's a lot of this stuff that is our reality. Like 100% shared, and it's coming. And the easiest way that we're gonna be able to deal with this is to get rid of it, let it all go.
Oh yeah, you gotta purge all that stuff,
lock it down, be happy, start creating.
Even when we're detoxing, you're asking the water to help you purge.
Yeah,
like I try to purge as much, like memory, anything that doesn't suit me anymore.
You know what's funny? I just looked at you and had a thought. Right. So say somebody's been blocked. They're a real knucklehead and they're like uptight and been like that for so long that they don't even remember anymore what it's like to be the other way. Right. So they start to purge no matter how many times they've tried to laugh or smile or whatever the problem may be. Women just can't seem to do it, but they're not going to drink ayahuasca. But they will, however, maybe exercise and to do the foot soaks and then do the bananas and the this and that. Okay. What is purged from them will highly and very likely allow them to then receive the good emotion again.
Of course.
Like the super highways to the laughter and the this and the that are corroded because you stopped using them.
All you have to do is ask for it to leave you. You ask for it to be gone. It no longer suits you, and you leave and you push it out.
Well, that's where it starts.
Yeah, that's where it starts.
But
and
physically,
then
it takes time.
Physically, ask your body, and every cell in your body will respond. It takes time, though, and it takes work. Like I fall behind too because
we all do.
I get tired, and then there's a couple of days, like because of my conditions, a couple of days, like I'll just have to lay on the couch, can't do anything, and it's like a power up.
I feel when I become too hyper spiritual, I become a bit of a jerk. Because I won't want. I get too into me, I'll be into me too much.
Because
and
you
I
don't
forget how to interact with you.
with
And then the truth just shoots out of my
with
face.
the earthly, like the regular stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm
That's
more
the
like,
hard part.
yeah, like go to the bank. Nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put that off for as long as I can.
But you have to do it. So
you got to do that
up.
kind of shit, you know? And it's really weird. We have to work through these moments. It's just go, get her done, get back in a place, get back in a frequency again, right? We run out, we charge up here, knowing what we're going to do. We put the intention ahead. We fly out, bring that with us. And before it's fucking sucked out of us or drained out, we do what we got to do, try to clear it out, bring it back to our, your home base, clear yourself again and get back to normal. That may take, it seems like a lot of work, right? But as you go, it takes less and less time to do that.
Yes, but it is a lot of work, but it does take less and less time to do that.
And it's a better feeling knowing that you can fix yourself.
Because it's momentum, because you pick up where you left. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's very sweet.
Thank you. I love you so much. Sending you positive vibes.
Thank you.
The struggle is real. Look, I say it all the time. I ask Shiva, on your level, you wake up and want to just, punch a fool right in his fucking face. Like, how do you not do that? He's like, oh, every day. He goes, I don't experience it the way you do. He goes, but I did when I was that.
Right.
And he goes, and now I'm like, he goes, I've wanted to punch you a few times too. And I'm like, yeah, I wanted to do that to you, but I don't. And then we're looking at each other like, but you don't, right? Because we hug and we hang out. We love each other.
But even
I'm like, I love you. I love you too. It's hard work.
But even you and me, when we have an argument, right? It can't always be settled at that moment. Okay, someone is not going to say something the other person wants to hear because maybe they don't know what it is, or they don't want to lie, or they don't want to be dishonest about it. So arguments sometimes don't get settled. Everyone knows this. Everyone argues with somebody, their kids, their lover, whatever. It doesn't matter, right? Arguments don't get settled. It's the way we pick up from where we left off that matters. Okay, if you're with this person till the end, sometimes you have to pick and choose your arguments, pick and choose your battles, pick the ones you can win.
It's all right. It shouldn't
be a war. And the ones that
war.
you can't win, just try to let it go.
It's not. You're not fighting a war,
right?
I'm not trying to fight Paula,
but it's not anything that anyone's gonna win. You know what I mean?
What do you win? Do you get a prize out of this?
Yeah, okay, you're wrong, I'm right, or I'm
now
wrong
what?
and you're right. Like it.
Well, I'm right. Okay, you're right.
Okay, so you're right. What? So what? Did you still have to
fucking do a backflip and
did
fucking
you still have to get done? Floor
sit on
still
a turtle
has to get,
and wax the floors? I
But
don't know what the fuck.
But exactly. So sometimes it's just you just look at each other and you're just like, okay, we'll just put a marker in there, and we'll keep on going. And when we can get back to it, we'll get back to it. And you know what? I love you. You're an idiot. I love you anyway. So
I don't have to agree with you.
So
I still love you.
Let it go. I don't have to agree with you, but I love you. Okay. It's the way it is. It's the way we rebound from things.
Does it make you stronger? Does it make you weaker? Does it drive you nuts?
Yeah.
And then asking yourself why. If you're consistently pointing the finger, and it's you'll start to realize you might have something to do with it.
Right.
And if you don't, and you're just staying there, we all know how that outcome is, right? You're trying to change someone. This is what I was getting at. You're not going to change anyone. You got to allow them the ability to change themselves. And if they don't, if you really, you're growing, there's like a position where you make the choice. Am I growing? Am I not growing? Am I in this 100% or am I in this 90% or 50%?
And if it doesn't suit me, that's okay.
And if it doesn't suit me,
that's okay too.
It's all good.
We're stuck because we got fucking 90 cats, but whatever. But I love being stuck with you.
Meow.
I can't. So, like he's got to sleep at his mother's house tomorrow, and I'm already like, but whatever.
The pile gets moved Monday morning, though.
I know. I'm coming. I'm coming.
We're saving our summer. At least a full season of everything.
Oh yeah,
because there'll never be a pile like that again. And we told them if there is,
I know, I can't wait.
All put
this
up
way you do that. This way you use
you,
all those tools you bought and shit, and it'll be great, and you'll get all that done, and then we could sit out there.
I told my grandfather, even so, I'll just trim it down every other week.
Yeah.
Right. It gives me something to do in the sun while I'm fucking sitting here with you.
What I think we should do is
Sounds like a good day to me. I'll be listening to music, yelling, "Hey, Pop, what the fuck?"
Yeah, maybe what we'll do is
smoking pot all day with Pop. Come on.
Monday We'll look at the patio stuff she wants to get, the furniture. We'll look on Costco.
It's amazing how one little bit of transformation turns into cleaning up the whole thing. My mother's really been grinding.
Yeah, she's excited about a lot of stuff now.
She should
it's
be.
Good.
This is where she should be at, excited and being able to do. If I can't go, then this place is going to be my vacation spot. Right? If I can't go on vacation, this will be my vacation spot.
Right. And I think that's perfect. We can't go anywhere. We're not going to be able to do anything. Why not make it great? Make it livable out there. It's a livable space. Right?
I agree.
And then
not being able to go out in the backyard,
he gets
sucks.
to see everybody, and
see, it's a win-win,
right.
win-win-win.
You know, I got to cook anyway. I could cook there. Yeah, I know. It's just like, sometimes it's like you just want to be lazy, and I can be lazy there.
If you're lazy all the time,
I know,
you'll never learn nothing, because those that piss you off to where you just want to be lazy again, those are the ones that are helping you through the lesson that your higher self wants you to learn.
I know.
Even though you're sick and tired of fucking hearing it and doing it. I know. It's like, do I really need this? Because when I talked about it, when I was in jury duty the last time, I was looking out the window after they were waiting to pick the jury. I was already on the thing. They told me, and I put my head against the window and I was like, please, really, do I have anything here to learn, like, for these fucking experiences? Like, I'm done.
Right.
And then they said no, and I was already picked, so I was a juror. I walked back. I think it was juror number 1. I fucking walk back inside. I sit down. They're like, yeah, you're out.
You're out.
And I'm like, what?
Thank you. You've served.
They're like, yeah, we don't need you.
Yes, thank you.
And I was like, wait, what?
You've done
and
your
now
part.
I don't have to go back. And by the time this whole fucking thing is over, I have
whatever.
I have a feeling it's just going to change. It's not going to be the way it is. And then the new ways will be better, but there's growing pains with this
I
stuff.
just hope they make a lot more shit for the DMV online.
Son, I send you love and
very
positive
sweet.
Vibes through
That's
Saturday
very,
night,
very
all
sweet.
throughout the week as well. That's so
It's
awesome. That's so nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Do you want to make burgers?
I'll make whatever you want to make.
I made a potato salad yesterday.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm like.
Yeah,
I need to eat.
I just got to put. We have to put more
stuff. All right, so check it out. It's 11 o'clock. We went for 2 hours. This is what I'd like to say. Aaron and Zach over at Expanded Understanding, they do.
Yeah, we love you.
We love you guys so much. Every night they do 4 hours.
Oh, I did his show. That was great. It was so much fun. So much fun.
Crazy. It was crazy.
I just don't stay up late, so I want to listen to the show, but I never make it up. But I'm trying.
It stirs the conversation.
Yeah.
They'll listen to your questions.
Yeah.
They really dig deep into whatever it is they're discussing. And they both have a wonderful way of analyzing and breaking things down, way easier than me. I just tell the story, and then from my perspective, what I'm seeing, how it breaks down. It's only one path of many.
Right.
If you ask me what my suggestion would be for Saturday evening, or any evening at 11 o'clock now, New York time, whatever time it is over there in their part.
Oh, it's Aaron's show.
Yeah, I would suggest listening. It's Expanded Understanding. Really great stuff. You'll see us all on there a bunch of times.
Thank you.
It's all Fearless family anyway. It's all of us. We're expanding in our understanding, and it's becoming a beautiful thing. It really is. It's just
it really is.
It really is. Spots and their highlights.
There's no drama.
Shout out to KG and shout out to Robert Hawley.
It's just fun, all fun shit.
We're doing
like even us, our mundane, stupid shit that we have to do. We're finding like fun, like we go in the garage and we smoke weed, so it breaks it up, like we figure out what we're gonna eat. Like, so I'll bring it there and cook it. Like, we're trying to
go in this room, fix some stuff.
Yeah, like we're trying to make it
be like all right,
interesting and fun.
Play a clip from something.
Like
so
Frank brings me candy. Like
I try to learn stuff all day long.
I don't know. You're just trying.
See what kind of.
Oh, right. 11:11. Right?
Look at this. It's 11:11 right now.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna end it now.
So we're gonna end on the meditation real quick.
All right.
I'm grateful.
Yeah, I'm grateful too.
For
a lot.
For
everyone.
for everyone, for all of you.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for what we've created here, for the grid, for each and every one of us that has what it takes to be here and to hold that light.
Mm-hmm.
And for each breath that I take, it charges both myself and those around me connected to the grid and influences those around.
Right.
Just by example and by beautiful energy. What they decide to do with it is up to them. But what we do is up to us, right? And what we want to do is expand. We want to grow. We want to become more aware.
Right.
We want to grow closer over the longest distance. We want to shorten that because there is no distance between you and I, right? Because we are and I am one, right? So be aware of this. Be more compassionate to yourself, even. Look in the mirror and say, I love you.
Aww.
Try not to use the word hate.
Right.
The word hate is worse than the word fuck. I'm letting you know right now. We should get rid of that word. I use hate, and it sounds worse than when I curse. Let's get rid of that. Go out and create. Love more. And don't ever try to shorten the meditation. My name's Frank Castle, and I love you. I love you. You stay fearless, and remember, the universe rewards bravery. Peace.